this is what faith looks like. If I'm super impatient waiting in line, what does that mean? I have to wait in line more. It means, why am I in such a hurry? What's so important that I can't control myself? That everybody around me knows it, right? People just cutting in line. I don't got time to wait, but neither does anyone else. But they're waiting. So me being rude isn't a demonstration of my faith or my kindness or my goodness and my confidence in God, right? You understand? So I have to work on me. I'm not so concerned about you because you need to work on you. I need to work on me. Amen? Amen. Thanks, Brother Cesar. I appreciate that. Amen. Well, you know, I look at this. Verse 10 says it like 1 Peter 3:10. 2 Peter 1, verse 10. It says, therefore, brethren, make diligent your call and election sure. For if you do these things, you will never what? Stumble. So if you're adding to your faith all these things, and you're being patient, and you're gaining knowledge, and you're exhibiting self-control, he says, make sure of your election, and if you do these things, the things that he's already mentioned, you will never stumble. So if I do stumble, what does that mean? I left something out, right? I got to figure it out. Like, oh, I messed up somewhere. I got to fix it. I messed up somewhere. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 16. Now, think about this. If I'm doing one thing over here, then I'm not doing something else over there, right? 2 Timothy 2:16. Paul tells Timothy, shun or put away profane and idle babbling, for they will only increase to what? More ungodliness. So Peter tells us that we should increase some things, add some features to our life. And then Paul is telling Timothy, hey, some of these other things you should put away because it's not going to help you increase in your godliness, right? Or it's going to hurt your faith life. It's not a demonstration of love. Amen? You know, when I was a kid, it seemed like people had different denominations. Like, I'm a Christian, I'm a Baptist, I'm a Presbyterian, I'm a Pentecostal, I'm a Catholic, I'm something, right? I'm a sinner, whatever it was. But they had different denominations and nobody really, oh, okay, great. But in the back of my mind, it was, you're still a child of God. It didn't matter what denomination you came from, right? You still, well, they don't believe exactly like us, but I don't believe exactly like them. And maybe we're looking at the same mountain, but from a different viewpoint, right? We're going up a different side of the same mountain, per se. And Jesus is the mountain. He is at the top. He's the only way. And we all believe that, but we just have some differences in what we believe. Amen? I mean, I even grew up Lutheran for a while. Someone said, what's a Lutheran? It's like a Catholic who lives up north in the cold climate. Seriously. It was like, I grew up Lutheran, but I didn't realize. I think, is this Catholic? When I look back, I think we were Catholic. Sister went to a confirmation class. I can only confirm it didn't help her. That's all I know. I wasn't working in love. It's the truth, and nothing but the truth. So, but nowadays, if you're not exactly like someone else, it's like they hate you. They talk about you. They want to kick you out. They want to disassociate. They want to call you names. It's not a matter, I may not agree, you may not agree with everything, because everyone has a slightly different perspective. Now we know we have to agree Jesus is the only way. That's a given. But after that, some people say, well, you know, I kind of think this and I kind of think that. You get Christians like, you believe in the rapture? Yes. Are you pre? mid, or post? I think, well, I haven't really given, I think it's continuous. Maybe they have continuous raptures going up. No, you can't have that. You're a heretic. Get out here, right? Or you don't see it the way I see it, then all of a sudden, you don't want to have any fellowship with them. You start saying bad things about them online. You don't even tolerate. It's not tolerating a bad doctrine. They just have a different perspective, right? You know, I don't know if you know this, but there are some Democrats who are Christian. And there's some Republicans who are Christian. And there's some independents who are Christian. Right? You can't hate everybody just because in our culture is so being divisive, trying to separate this and separate that and categorize you over here, then, categorize you over there. And if you're in that category, you're no good. And if you're in this category, you're no good. We're done with you. Sure, what did the Bible say? It says to pray for people, for all men. Right? So I just remember growing up, we would think of people who were Baptists or Pentecostal, Presbyterian, Catholic. They're just a different denomination. But that's kind of seems like it's changed. Like if you're not exactly in our group, you're not going to heaven. Right? And no tolerance for anybody who doesn't see something exactly like we see it. Well, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. I can say I am sure. That's not a good faith feature to have where it says here, avoid godless chatter, but those who indulge in it will become more and more what? Ungodly. So he says avoid that. That's not going to help your faith grow. And if faith is required to please God, then this is actually hurting you. Or it would actually be what? Hurting me. I would say it's, it inhibits your ability to follow the Lord as quickly or as fast as you desire. They have you know what a governor is called, like on a car? They put this governor. It's the thing that regulates your speed. Like if you had a U-Haul, they go, this vehicle will not go over 65 miles an hour. Because we put a mechanism on there to control how fast it can go. Well, I think the one I had didn't go over 45 miles an hour. And I was like, wow, you put two of them on here. This is really slow. But if we want to go with the Lord and follow Him and grow as fast as we can, exceedingly, we can't have things on our lives that are restrictive or hurting our faith, hindering us from following Him as to our best of our ability. And here Paul is telling Timothy, you need to shun. What does shun mean? It means to put it away. Profane and idle babblings. For they will only increase to more on what? Ungodliness. So he's telling Timothy, hey, put that away because that's something that's not going to allow your faith to grow exceedingly or more and more. It's not a feature that you want. And if you see this in people or even in yourself, you would say, well, this is not going to help me. I got to put this away. I got to get rid of this, right? Look at 1 Timothy 3, verse 5. And I would say predominantly maybe social media is a great place people indulge in this behavior. They post things. They're so brave to post it online. Right? Can say whatever they want, but it's not edifying. It's not building it. It's divisive. Bible says you're just idle babbling. And it's not going to help you or anyone reading that post increase in faith. Amen? I find in our modern culture, we mentioned it last week, but people have a diary, and then back in the day, you'd lock it up, right? You had a diary, you lock it up, hide the key, so nobody could read your thoughts, because you'd be mad. And now you put them online, and if nobody reads your thoughts, you're mad. So you didn't comment, you didn't like it, you didn't read it, I'm telling you, my thoughts, my diary is now on social media. And you didn't read it. You didn't like it right away. You read it, but you didn't like it. Or it took you 30 minutes to like it. Or whatever the case. It's just interesting.